Today we are hanging out with Dr. Kaaria. She has a story of success, a story of achievement in the world of academia. She's a voice in our community right now, and she's going to share beautiful insights on how she overcame the odds to be able to graduate effectively against a lot of challenges and the rules that exist in the world of academia. Let me welcome my guest and ask her to introduce herself. Dr. R.
How are you?
Nice to have you today on set.
Nice meeting you too after a long break. My phone is that.
Yes.
My name is Dr. Kaaria. I teach at Gaceri Women's University of Science and Technology. I'm a human resource management practitioner or professional, if I may put it in the simplest way possible. I love what I do. A PhD has been good to me. Actually, I graduated on 2nd December 2022. It has been 1 year. It is 1 year, how many months? Around 5 months since I graduated. And today I'll share what inspired me to do PhD, what PhD has actually done to me, what value it has added to me, what you can actually do to ensure that you also get to where I'll call it many of us, especially women, because we are quite a number, have gotten to. And collectively, we can contribute our small wins and bits in the growth of this society.
Yes, Doctor. Now, maybe you can tell our viewers who you are, like your background, where you went in high school, what you studied in college, like in a snippet.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Dr. Kaaria comes from Meru. She went to Kobo Primary School so many years ago, and then after my lower primary, I went to Mojo Girls Boarding School from class 5 to class 8. There I sat for my KCPE as scored 536 marks out of 700, and then I joined St. Mary's Girls High School Igoti, where I went through my high school education. May say I passed, I did well. I was admitted to actually pursue a Bachelor of Science degree in Kenyatta University, of which I joined Kenyatta University in September 2001, so I'm quite old. Then I pursued a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry and completed my studies in December 2004, December 2004, although I graduated on the following year. That I graduated in 2005. I took my career journey. I joined pharmaceutical industry in 2006, June 2006. I worked in pharma for around 6 years, and then during my stay in pharma, when I was working for the Asian guys, I engaged with people, interacted with people, got to understand what the industry means, what more I needed to do to make myself a better me. So that is when the dream of being an HR person was born. I decided to pursue a diploma course in human resource management at Kenya Institute of Management. After that, I did it for 1 year and then joined Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology in 2009 to pursue my master's degree in human resource management. After that, I did it for around 2 years and graduated in 2011. Then I started my career. I switched from pharma to academia. Yes, to academia, where I started teaching human resource management. Of course, I started by teaching very basic business units so that people get to understand what academia is all about. And then after that, I have grown in academia. And in 2012, yes, after graduating in 2011, I joined academia immediately. I graduated in July, joined academia in September 2011. That is the same year. And then the following year, I thought of starting my PhD, of which I applied for the same. I got an admission letter to join Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology again to pursue my PhD in human resource management. After that, due to some few challenges here and there, I decided to defer my studies for around 2 years. And then around 2 years, then in 2014, I thought again I needed to still get what used to get what to actually That is what I actually call PhD. The coursework was just what? I call it important because it was not PhD. PhD is actually research. That is when actually academia meets the industry. Nice little thing like that.
That's a beautiful journey, long journey at the same time. For me, it shows like it's actually a real story of resilience, a story of determination. I'm thinking, how has been the journey and what challenges? Like, for example, you finished your you started doing your research from 2015, 2016,
Yes.
and you graduated last year, but one in December 2022.
Okay, the journey was actually quite hectic, but very interesting.
Yeah.
I got to learn a lot. Actually, for you to maneuver your way or navigate your way and become a better you or become a better what person in academia, might put it like that, so that we're able to pass the message to so many people who are going to watch or listen to us. So I can say, when there are so many challenges, but I want to learn and actually adapt. Apart from learning and adapting, I want to develop also a positive mindset. I want to tell myself that this is doable. It has been done by others. Yes, I am. Of course, I was a young mother. I put it like that. But I told myself, those are not going to deter me or to stop me from actually doing it and pursuing it. Because I had mentors, I had people who had done it before me. I could mix with people. I had great connections in academia. I can say the academia community is a good one. Of course, you must learn to talk to people in the right way, network with your colleagues at work, that is, interact well with your classmates, pick their contacts, meet them for a cup of coffee or something, get to understand where they're coming from, read their stories, let them tell you the challenges they have also gone through. So I can say basically it was all about it was a learning process. Learning, relearning, and learning what was not what. So keeping in my mind and actually getting to understand where others are coming from and what they had done. Of course, I want to listen to so many stories, attend so many functions with like-minded people. I call them like-minded people because, yes, like-minded people in the sense that I want to do conferences, attend symposiums for me to be able to get to a level that my self-confidence, my self-esteem was high enough for me to be able to do what I did and actually come up with better ideas, better research gaps, yes, better ways of doing things, yes, how to make an extra point so that I'm able to finance my studies because I was a private sponsored student, and so on and so forth.
It's a beautiful story. Now I'm thinking, I'm looking at you. You are a woman in a society, an accomplished woman in the society.
Yes.
You have been, of course, having challenges as compared to a boy child of your age who joined PhD in the same year, like 2013, 2014, and maybe started the research in 2016. You juggling all the roles of a woman in the society. You are a mother. You have a job, you are in school, you are trying to make ends meet by looking for an extra coin here. How has it been, like handling all these roles?
I can say it's very tough for a young mother, very tough for a woman, especially given the society that we come from, what we believe in, actually, may I put it like this. There are very many stereotypes that revolve around a woman going to school, a woman pursuing a master's degree, pursuing a PhD, a woman who is going to be a very learned person, especially where we come from. I'm sure there are so many myths that revolve around, very many myths and stereotypes that we must actually break so that we're able to fall forward or move forward. Now I can see it has not been easy, especially when you're actually multitasking. Is what my point. It's a good thing because it enables a woman to actually do the much I can do. I believe the boy child cannot be able to do as much as I can do. Because at the end of the day, I am a mother who must go home, prepare my children, assist them do their assignments or their homework, and after that I make sure that they have eaten well and gone to sleep. And mother, I have to make sure that I have prepared everything for the following day so that the moment I'm back at home in the evening, I don't have to start jumping from one room to another. Yes, actually not doing what I'm supposed to do, what I'm supposed to be doing. And of course, there's a lot of time management that is involved for you to be able to maneuver your way. And actually have a very good family, have very good children who can actually say that they have a mother in the house. Of course, I didn't want to be an absent mother, so I had to do as much as I can to ensure that my children felt the love that they desired, the love that they needed. So it was not easy. I can say initially I had a very supportive partner, although things went south in the process. That is something that is a story for another day. But now with a supportive family, with very brilliant minds around you, with a very good family, I can say I can thank God for my sisters, for my brothers, for my parents, my mother, my father, who always kept on asking and pushing me to do what I needed to do. Of course, apart from the finances, chipping in once in a while, especially my mom, she kept on telling me, you must actually do this. You have to do this. She used to be a primary school teacher, although a retiree. She retired in 2011. Yes. So she kept on telling me that you must succeed me in this profession as a doctor. Nothing more, nothing less. So I had to do it. I had to actually think about it. I had to get the right mentors. I had to walk a long academic journey with the right people. Yes. So I call upon any person who is willing to join this and to actually start this long journey to actually get the right people. Get the right people in the academic community. Don't walk alone. When you're doing your coursework, identify your keywords, pillars. I call them key pillars. Because every now and then you'll have to go back to them and ask them a few questions here and there. So this is a journey that you cannot afford to leave people behind. You must walk with people, you must meet with the right people. You must, for those of us who go to church, of course, prayer must be the very first thing that you do every time you wake up in the morning or in the evening when others go to bed and you want to sit for around two hours. You must ask for sufficient grace from heaven for you to be able to identify the very many gaps. Of course, reading is not easy. Literature review has never been easy and it will never be easy. So those are the special graces that you get and the strength that comes from above that gives you the courage, the confidence to actually move and actually sit for those 2 hours despite despite having a long day and so on and so forth. So I can say you have to actually be a very good time manager, have the right mentors, mix with the right people, attend conferences. Those are very, very important. And at the end of the day, have the right supervisor. And apart from having a right, some of you may ask, how do you get a right supervisor? Through referrals. Get referrals. Get the right people to actually guide you to the right people. Yes. And of course, if you're guided to the right person and you fall in the hands of the right person, I can tell you for sure things are going to work for you. And I'm not saying there are some universities that give supervisors. Yes. If you happen to go to one, just meet with the person, learn basic human interaction or we call them interpersonal skills or human skills, is it? Are very effective communication skills that are going to enable you get closer to the person or to the supervisor that you're going to be given by the university. So what I can basically say, there are skills that you need to learn. Soft skills are everything. You cannot run away from. Apart from the technical skills, learn some basic soft skills, and they are going to assist you build those good networks, build your self-confidence, because at the end of the day, self-confidence is actually everything when it comes to matters academia. You cannot be asking people things when you yourself, you don't believe in yourself. You must start from believing in yourself so that people are able to believe in you. And I keep on telling everyone, don't pour from an empty water cup. Don't go looking for people to actually give you ideas. I'm sure some people are very passionate. Some people, you could be passionate about something. There are things that we keep on seeing around us. Of course, maybe you want to provide a solution to an existing challenge or problem in in the society or in your profession, what you need to do is actually think about it. Because when you think about pursuing a PhD, it means that you've gone through undergraduate, you've gone through your masters, and when you're learning, there are things that you see in the course of during that particular time, in the course of your learning. So what I can say, don't always wait for people to tell you what you need to do. Have something that you are an idea, so that the person you're going to approach, or the supervisor that you're going to be given, who is going to work with you during, or work with you during that particular academic journey, yes, can actually see that you have something. Is or our work will just be guiding you, actually assisting you fine-tune your topic, and collectively you can forge a way forward or come up with a better topic, a better research, better research objectives, and at the end of the day, you will be successful.
Now to a girl child who is like now looking up to you, and you are a symbol of success to them. How would you tell them about the importance of courses? Because like most of the people think like if they doesn't have the finances to push them through the PhD, so like they are not able to start. So if you weigh finances, availability, and the power of research, how do you
I'll tell a young girl, not only a young girl, I'll tell anyone that where there is will, there is. Don't always look at the finances. I didn't have money myself, and no one has ever had a lot of money, a lot of it, if I put it like that, so that we're able to pass the message. So you just need a few thousands of shillings, if I put it like that. Just do your marketing, do your research, do a mini research, a mini survey sort of. Yes, get to understand what courses are being offered by various universities, how much are they charging, and do some job posting. That is what I can say. And then from there, start saving, work out something. I might put it like that. Yes. Have a budget, because I believe if you're working, then you've been saving somewhere in a circle. You can always approach a bank if you have a good job and get a loan that you can use to pay your school fees. I believe education is a very good investment. That is something that I must emphasize on. Don't listen to the many people keep on saying that I cannot invest in education. Education is not all. That is how they put it. But I will tell you today that education is all when it comes to somebody like me. Yes. Because without education, I'm sure I would not have the voice that I have today. So what I can basically tell a young girl who is thinking, or anyone who is thinking about pursuing a PhD, money should not stop you or deter you from pursuing your education. It doesn't matter how anyone looks at it. Just start by saving, then save in a circle. Yes, of course, there are some families who have got some chamas. Yes. Save in a chama, family chama, then secure a loan. Go keep it somewhere in a bank or somewhere in a fixed deposit account somewhere. Yes. And then pay for that loan for 1 year or 6 months. Then take another one. I believe the interest rates in circles and those family chamas are very
much lower.
Yes, and very friendly or very affordable. Then take another amount of money, put it in a fixed account where you kept the other amount. Then from there, that is what you do. Pay this one. And I can tell you within 2 years or 3, you don't have to sit somewhere and cry about it yourself. Just try something. Then keep it in a fixed account somewhere. Then pay it, finish. You can do it 3 times or 4 times. I can tell you for sure. People have done it. I did something close to that. It is a model that works. I'll call it a model because it is something that you can borrow from, you can actually use, and it has added value to so many people. So money should never be a problem. It should not stop your dream, because if your dream is to join academia or become a key opinion leader in the industry, and of course, there's the beauty that comes. I call it a beauty, because this title does not just come. Exactly. You work for it, and there's some respect that comes with it. Yes. There are some societal words. I call them societal benefits in quote and quotes that you enjoy from having it. So I would tell a girl, because finances is the biggest challenge, the biggest problem that we have as a society. It should never stop you. Just borrow the models that have worked for people, approach some financial institutions, work closely with your family, yes, get some extra jobs or part-time jobs to do, and tell yourself that the money that you get from a part-time activity or a job should be put somewhere for education. You save as if you're saving for that big car that you dream of, because I'm told some people save for very big cars. So you can also do the same for education. Just save for education the way you will save for that big car. I know several students who have done it, and so it has worked for them. Another big challenge is the how to identify a gap in research. The reading, I'm told, is not a good thing. It has never been a sweet thing, and it will never be a good or a sweet thing to anyone. You can imagine, I said a while ago that people would actually go to sleep and I would be left sitting for around 2 hours. I am sure with all the fatigue, with having a long day, may say, and of course ensuring that your family is very comfortable before you go sitting, I'm sure it's not an easy task. But nothing comes easy in this life. And if you want anything easy, then you'll not go anywhere, you'll not go far. So mine is to actually advise you or tell you when it comes to identifying a gap. Because you could have a title. Talk to the right people. You don't have to depend on your supervisors alone. There are other people in academia who can assist you get somewhere. So that is why I talked about having friends in the academic community. Don't look at them like goddesses or like very bad people, because some people believe that they are not approachable, they are not people you can sit with, they are not people that can actually tell you something that is going to add value to you or help you later in life. Because I think they have been categorized as what? May I call them? As very successful people in matters academia, and others paint them wrongly by saying that they are people who don't want to have competitors years later in life. And so what I will tell you, they are still very good people in academia. It depends on how you approach a person. It depends on how you relate with people. And that is why I talked about networking, referrals, your mentors. Get the right mentors with connections, not connections per se or as such, but a mentor who can guide you on how to develop some skills, how to maneuver your way, how to get to mix with people in the right way, how to gain what, how to build what, self-respect first, so that you're able to respect the people, how to understand yourself, borrow from emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Those 4 critical components. For those of us who have gone through school, I am sure you've come across emotional intelligence as a term. You've gotten to understand a few things about it. So borrow a lot from that. That is something that is going to push you, something that is going to guide you, something that is going to hold your hand. I call it towards holding your hand, because emotional intelligence as a concept itself can take you where no money can take you.
Yeah.
So you need to believe in yourself. Don't look at PhD as if it is something that is not doable. It is something that can be done. I have done it myself, and I believe if I was able to maneuver and make my way to the top, I call it the top, because that is the topmost what the topmost
achievement in the world of academia.
Yes. So at the end of the day, what I can tell you, don't be discouraged. No one should actually bring you down. No one should paint you as a person a person who cannot make a way where there seems to be no way. I put it like that. Yes, just make a way. I am sure the moment you try, I would liken it to going to a farm. If you start digging your farm today, I am sure the moment you dig and get somewhere, you feel that you want to proceed. But before you start, you find it very difficult for you. When you look at the piece of land, you find it very difficult for you to start. So I will tell you the same thing. Just start. Just go make that application, pay that 1,500, pay that 2,000 shillings, get that invitation letter, that admission letter, get a number, have a fee structure, approach somebody who has done it, let the person share a story, approach a financial institution, share with them your story, and I'm sure there are so many solutions that are there. There are so many financial advisors who can tell you, who can actually assist you, yes, on how to make money, how to actually get money that you can use to finance your studies.
And my question to you is this. What kept you going amidst those challenges? Because I'm sure you faced them. What kept you pushing on and to see yourself that you succeeded and graduated after several years?
Passion and a positive mindset. That is the second point, I would call it. And then, of course, guidance from the Almighty. That one I will not fail to mention, because that is where we seek what? That divine intervention. Because it comes to a point that you feel that you don't want to do it anymore. As a human being, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses, but as a human being, there's a time you feel that you're just pushing yourself so much. You don't even need it in the first place. Because for you, of course, the moment you feel that you don't need it in the first place, it's because you have other papers that you can use to secure a job, and you can earn a living. You can also start a business and do other things. But with a positive mindset, with divine intervention, with the right people around you, you are able to, I will call it a fall, because I believe most of the people call it a fall. Well, the moment you fall, don't just remain on the crowd. Just wake up, dust your coats, and move on. That is what I'll call it. So when you experience the fall, don't let the fall break you to an extent that you cannot make any move. Just wake up, talk to the right people, revisit that idea that you had initially. If you feel that you had a good idea, a good topic or idea, and someone actually misled you in academia, or you made some miscalculations here and there, and left your good idea, your passion or something, then revisit it. There's always a second chance or option. I believe in universities we have the right people. We have people who understand these things. They have also been through the same, isn't it? We have people who actually go up to the proposal stage, and they find themselves starting again.
Sally, if you would give a summary of the critical skills required by someone really to pursue PhD, apart from having the passion, the self-confidence, organizing for finances, what key skills are required?
I can tell every person who is thinking about pursuing PhD, there are some very important skills that you need to learn. Analytical skills are actually everything. Conceptual skills are actually next to everything. So I'll just put them like this. I'll borrow directly from management. For those of us who are managers, and for those of us who are not managers, there are things that you can go ahead and Google or search or do some research about them. First, you need to have very, very effective communication skills. I'll say when it comes to effective communication skills, I do not say that you learn how to twang or wing. Yes, learn to put things in the simplest way possible. When we began, I said we are also going to make our conversation, keep our conversation very simple, so that most people are able to learn from it or pick what they need to pick. That is the same thing I will tell any person who is willing to pursue a PhD course. Learn to keep things as simple as possible. I will tell you, and I will repeat again as I keep on repeating, so that you're able to know effective skills is not winging. Effective skills is passing the right message to the right people at the right time, so that they're able to understand where you're coming from, to understand you, and actually assist you fine-tune your document or make it better. That is the effective communication I'm talking about here. So secondly, I'll talk about analytical skills as I mentioned them earlier. Of course, when it comes to research, there's something we call data analysis, which I call it a complex chapter for most of us. So these are skills that you learn. Basic data analysis, visit the right people, and of course, and I'll repeat it again, learn to look at things, do your own analysis. You conceptualize things in the right way. And that is why I also say conceptual analysis are next to everything. You don't have to always rely on people. Yes, I'm sure some people think that PhD is done for people. And that is the wrong word. That is actually a misconception. Don't give anyone your work to do for you. The reason that's why I'm saying this, because if you want to join academia, I can tell you for sure, later you'll find it very difficult. And you cannot continue giving people work to do for you, because you need to do research for you to be able to teach well. You need to research on various topics or or do enough case studies for your students. So if you're not used to these things, then you're not going to succeed. It's going to be so difficult for you. And I can tell you for sure, you cannot keep on paying for everything.
Yes.
Why don't you learn to do it yourself? That is why we fail. That is why we mess it up, because there's something we call publications in academia. For you to publish well, then, and of course with the right journals, that is a very key area in academia. Then you must learn to appreciate reading, appreciate sitting, and actually getting to understand where the person, your predecessors, other researchers, other investigators are coming from. Because at the end of the day, these things are things that you need to understand. I'll put it, you need to understand them, and there are no shortcuts to it. And there are very many successful professors that we envy in academia. There are very many great men and women that we envy in academia or in other industries. People who believe in reason. They are thinkers. Yes, they actually think what tanks. So at the end of the day, don't always wait for people to do for you things. If you, there's a day I was actually scrolling my phone and I saw something on a social media platform, and it never amused me, of somebody who is done with a master's, and now she was actually looking for somebody to do her work. And that is not something that you need to write on a social media platform. I can tell you for sure it did not go well with very many people who came across it, and that is something we need to discourage completely. If you cannot do that, and let that analysis be done for you, but do the interpretation, understand where the analyst who is doing it for you is coming from. And of course, do chapter 1 for yourself, chapter 2, that is a proposal, do it yourself. The interpretations of chapter 4 and chapter 5, do them yourself. That is why analytical and conceptual skills are very, very important. Then the next very important is the human skills. You need to learn how to associate with people, how to relate with people, how to understand people from their own point of views, not always yours. So, and we must also be a very good listener. Active listening skills, I'll put it like that.
Yes.
You can go and find out more about them. Of course, you need to be a very engaging person. You need to be, and of course, for you to be able to engage people in the right way or correctly, you must embrace active communication skills and very good human skills. Learn to appreciate people. And of course, for networking, you need them. You cannot run away from them. Those are very critical skills that you need. And of course, for those of us who are going to pursue, I'll call it all fields in academia today, there's something we call adoption of technology.
Yes.
Of course, we must learn to accept it. We are living in the 21st century, so acceptance and utilization of the same is critical. So what I'll call upon each and every person is to learn basic metrics, analytics, or might call it the basic decision-making skills. We call it basic decision science, or others will call it data science. So at the end of the day, just learn how to measure a few things here and there, because those are things that you cannot run away from. You'll need them for the future and also for that particular point in time.
Now, how can people get to have more better research skills and writing skills? Like, how can someone grow? Because this is one of the main challenges that most of the people experience. How can someone intentionally grow their writing skills and research skills?
How to grow writing skills? That is a very important question. I'm sure some of us, of course, we are living in an AI world. We have chat, GTP. But of course, I don't encourage that. If you want to learn, just sit. Yes, there's everything. That is those AI paraphrasing tools that are very much available for us. But that is not how you learn how to write. You learn how to write by getting some literature, going through it, getting to understand where that particular researcher was coming from, and then you give your time to internalize that, and after doing that, you sit and try to reproduce something close to what you learned. That is, yes, just have a small AI tool at the back of your mind. You don't have to use the actual gadget at that particular point in time. So what I can say, those are things that you learn to learn. That is how you develop or you grow research skills. Those are things that you can be taught. Of course, you'll go to class and learn research methodology. Of course, during your time when you're doing your research, you interact with other people, you interact with your supervisors. They'll show you how to maneuver your way, how to do it. But you also need to sit and learn these things. You cannot be guided in totality or in full. So when it comes to writing and research skills, those are things that you learn. By trying to reproduce what you've learned, then try and come up with something close to what your predecessors or other researchers have learned in that particular field, or close to what you, or something that is close to your topic. And then after that, do it severally. And then keep it somewhere and try to write something on your own. Maybe after a week or two, and for those of us who internalize things very fast, those of us with adequate time to do it. And of course, if you're that person who is so keen to detail like myself, then within a week or two, if you're able to sit down again and revisit the same thoughts and try and write a few things here and there, then you can be able to grow in academia. That is how you grow your writing skills or research skills. Another very important thing when it comes to growing your research and writing skills is the moment you internalize things, try and put them in a diagram, sort of. Just try and draw something. You know the scribbling that you used to do? Yes, when you're revising for exams. Just try and scribble a few things here and there, more oftenly. That is why it actually calls for a lot of sacrifice. Try and scribble things, draw some flow charts here and there. Of course, when you're drawing a flow chart, it means that you're trying to recall a few things here and there. You're trying to remember a few things here and there. Yeah, the moment you leave one phase or one step, yes, or you go one step or one phase or one stage, at the moment you leave one, you go to another one and another one. At the end of the day, you find yourself growing because you can relate. You're able to connect a few things here and there. Yes, that is how you learn how to join dots. That is why you'll find a person succeeding so much in research, and you're left wondering, is this person a prophet or something? There's nothing like that. I might put it like that so that you're able to get it. What I can actually say, these are things that you develop. These are things that you take time to build in you. So learn to appreciate what reading, and then get ways of maneuvering your way. Yes, I'll call them basic Mwakenyas. For us Kenyans, we call them Mwakenyas that can guide you further. Not a Mwakenya that is going to assist you reproduce another person's work. It is a Mwakenya that is going to guide you so that you're able to see where your predecessor or the other researchers were coming from in that particular area, or in research areas that are related to yours. And I believe at the end of the day, you actually you're able to do it. Do it like them, sorry for that. Do as they did it, or do it in a more better way. So professionalism is everything. I call that professionalism in matters academia. Is it trying to borrow, but don't over borrow? That is what I keep up. And that calls for a lot of creativity, a lot of innovativeness, and collectively you can come up with something. When you talk about innovativeness and creativity, matters what academia. It's all about getting to see what your predecessors did not see, what they could not see it, and then put it in writing. Back your work with previous with good citations, current citations from current journals, current books, and I can tell you for sure you're going to make it.
When you are called a doctor in the world of academia, like the workload ahead of you, like there's a lot of publications, there's a lot of contributing to the body of knowledge, you're doing so much of articles, you've been invited to do conferences, research and all that thing. So what is the importance of publishing in the world of academia?
Okay, the importance of, for you, if you're in academia, then you must publish. For you to grow, for you to become a senior lecturer and later professor, then you need to actually publish. Because the moment you publish, it means that you're contributing to the body of knowledge that as you put it. And that is how you grow. And of course, for you to publish, you must do research. So in academia, I can say we encourage a lot of research. For you to be able to teach our sons and daughters very well, then you must be a very good researcher. You must be able to see far. You must understand all the contemporary issues around you, all the emerging issues and trends in your field, and then try to marry them to the traditional concepts or aspects in your field. So at the end of the day, it calls for a lot of research. And so when you're doing your research, you're also engaging people, because the moment you're reviewing some literature, and you find that you're getting stuck somewhere, or you find there are things that are not adding up, most of the time you find yourself asking your colleagues, or actually inviting them to co-author with you, or co-publish with you, and that is how you learn from each other. So a lot of knowledge sharing actually happens in academia. You cannot grow alone, and you need to learn from people. They also need to learn from you. So engage with your peers, engage with your colleagues, get the like-minded people who believe in your vision. I call it a vision. Work closely with them. Yes, let them impact some new knowledge and skills in you. You will do the same. So what I can say when it comes to that, you need people. Because publishing goes hand in hand with research, goes hand in hand with knowledge you're sharing. You actually having the right people, and of course the financial aspect. You need finances, because no publisher is going to publish for free for you.
Yes.
Of course, I'm sure there are there are people who publish for free, but you find very long queues. I call them very long queues. You have to wait and wait and wait, and time waits for no man. So if you want to actually grow, if you have a target, if you want to be a senior lecturer, by the time you're in the next 3 years, I put it like that.
Yes.
If you want to be a senior lecturer in the next 3 years, then you must publish, so that you're able to get the right points for you to get there. And if you want to, apart from publishing the journals, we also publish books. We write books, we author books. We also co-author books with our colleagues. So for you to write the right book, for you to come up with a book that is enticing, a book that is readable, a book that is going to add value to your juniors. I call them juniors because they are still way below you, but we need to hold their hands by contributing, yes, the right knowledge to the body of knowledge. Through right research, write books, then you're able to nurture them. You can mentor somebody in your absence through your book. I know people have mentored people from their works on the internet without meeting them. You sign charter person once in a while on ResearchGate, there are provisions for that. Or maybe you can pick an email from a publication somewhere and reach out to the professor or the person who has done the publication, and the person can be able to mentor you, can be able to guide you further. So at the end of the day, what I can say when it comes to publications, it calls for a lot of research, a lot of resilience, financial, of course, the element of financial implication. You must be a person who is good at doing it in terms of saving or having something extra kept somewhere in a kitty sort of. I call it a personal kitty, whereby you can always pick, having the right people to go other with. People can actually pay for it when you're down, and you can also pay for the second for another publication and they're down, and so on and so forth. You can do it concurrently, or you can do it, one can do it at this particular time, another person can do. You can actually share the expenses, and at the end of the day, you can have something that you can call yours on the internet. That is how we build our profiles. That is how we build our names. Today we have global rankings. We have something we call a scientific ranking, whereby we rank for scientists and people in academia. So these are things that you need to do for you too, and that is how we build Some people actually reach out to you. I have people reaching out to me through ResearchGate and such platforms just because of a simple article. So you need to actually produce something that is of value, something that can actually is readable, something that people can actually associate with, something that is that is not a plain thing, something that has got some spice in it. Yes, something spicy in quote. So it's very, very important that you learn from people. Yes, engage people, do enough research, and I can tell you at the end of the day, you will be successful.
Gaceri, how do you navigate, or how do you comment about the issue of the gender bias in the marketplace? Like you being a woman with a accomplished doctor in academia, are there instances of gender bias even in the job market? Yes.
Of course, we are Africans. And Africa is our business anyway, so I will have to put it the way it should be put. Yes, I'm an African, I'm a Kenyan, to be specific or particular about it.
Yes.
So what I can say, those things are there. There are some people who feel that a woman should not actually get there. And we tell them in a very flattery language that what a man can do, a woman, what a man, yes. So those are actually what things that keep you going, sayings that keep you going, phrases that the statements that make you give you the courage to actually face tomorrow. And that is why it's saying self-esteem and self-confidence is actually everything. If you don't have that, if you lack that, pray about it. Actually, try and get to understand where people what your predecessors have done to actually build that. And that is why it's saying self-confidence is never borrowed. You can borrow everything else, but you cannot borrow that. The much you can do is learn from people. The much you can do is have someone hold your hand so that you get it. You get to actually instill it in yourself, or to have things that make you understand that you have to do it. Of course, there are things that we do. We have presentations when it comes to your concept, your research. You have to present your concept paper. You have to present your proposal, and of course your findings. And if you go to the university I went to, which is Jomo Kenyatta, today you have seminar 1, seminar. After collecting your data, we have what we call a seminar 1, a seminar 2, a seminar 3, a seminar 4, and then the final presentation, whereby you're given a verdict if you've actually done it, if you're a doctor, or if you're going to actually submit your work. So at the end of the day, just borrow the self. Of course, you cannot walk that entire journey without that confidence. So that is the confidence used. Yes, tell yourself that you're a person of value. Tell yourself that you are a woman of character, a disciplined person, a woman who can actually a woman cannot be trashed just anyhow. Exactly. And of course, if you understand that, then no one can pull you down, no one can bring you down. You're going to face that man that you think is very intelligent, very bold, with the knowledge that you have. Intelligence actually sells in academia. Use your brain. And for women, I'm sorry, I'll mention it. Don't look at your body. Don't think about any organ of your body. Think about your brain. And the moment you think about that, people are going to respect you. And the moment people respect you, then you're going to have a very good red carpet made for you and kept on your way for you to walk on it. That is what I tell girls. And of course, there are bodies that assist when the worst comes to the worst for a woman. Of course, in these universities, we have offices, we have departments, we have institutes, we have colleges that actually teach gender development and such, women and gender and such. Of course, Egerton University has got an institute of that nature, and we also have other universities with the same. And also there is something else we call it CREW. I'll make reference. It is actually Center for Rights, Education and Awareness. We also have National Gender and Equality Commission, and of course, so many gender mainstreaming policies that are written for you. These universities have them written for you. They are not written for people outside there. They are written for that woman who wakes up in the morning to go meet the supervisor, that woman who wakes up in the morning to actually go make a presentation, that good woman who prepares for that particular presentation, and that woman who believes in her knowledge and not using any other body part to actually make a way. I said a red carpet is going to be made for you if you do what you need to do. Do things in the right way, and of course, I repeat, there are offices, yes, that have women skills. And of course, there are also some men who believe in the same, who believe a woman should be set free. Of course, I'll talk about setting a woman free. Of course, we are Africans, and I say Africa is a business. Yes. So setting a woman free in the sense that you allow the person to go the farthest she can go without anyone stopping her. It doesn't matter what comes her way, as long as she's able to maneuver her way, then allow her be. That is basically what I can say when it comes to matters gender biases in academia.
Gaceri, you're very passionate about what you do, what you have accomplished. It's very visible in you. You're really passionate about imparting the young generation and even the older generation with more wisdom in the world of academia. In the near coming future, what programs are you planning to put in place on how you can impart the masses much more better?
Okay, that is a very good question. I'm a person who goes on radio once in a while through my local media stations. I thank God for representatives there who believe that we have to have a better Meru tomorrow. We need not a better Meru but a better Kenya. And of course they are doing their small bits. And I say a long journey starts with a single one step. They have started theirs, those media campaigns and such. So what I can say, I've always thought about a foundation that can actually empower the girl child. I'm sure there are so many foundations that are empowering the girl child, to be particular, because I'm very passionate about a woman, I'm very passionate about a girl, but I'm sure someone sits and someone may ask, what is that different thing? How are you going to do it differently? I am a person who believes in bringing more people on board. You cannot have a board of directors that believes in your vision. I have a board of directors that have gone through similar charities that can read from where you're reading from. I have a person who can actually go out of his or her way to actually do their work to ensure that that girl in Samburu, that girl in Masaiga actually believes in herself. So she's able to live that life, to live that marriage, that life. So I call them, they actually sold those older men. She's able to leave that house, that old man's house, without waiting for someone to actually come and pull her out of that. We want to how to do it differently is having people who can impact the right knowledge, who can sell the right words. Attitude to the people. Of course, I believe man is to error. Yes, we err on a daily basis. We find ourselves doing things in the wrong way when we do not know. But the moment you get to actually understand that you did something the wrong way and learn that particular thing, then we learn. Change of attitude. I believe in teaching using real world case studies so that people can see it has been done by others. There are some very many people who have pulled themselves out of the mess they put themselves in, or they found themselves, or they were pulled by someone else in. So the moment you actually sleep and think about your life, then you can always be able to get yourself out of the mess. That is the girl child we want. Not a girl child who will wait for a rescue team to actually leave a particular office to go and save her. We want a girl who believes in thinking about her life. Yes, I do a mistake today. I am sold to an old man today, but you'll ask me, of course you're being sold because you don't have the knowledge. But I believe in that particular community, in that particular society, we have people who can actually start instilling, actually teaching these basic things from the way down. Visit churches, go to homes, go to villages, encourage people to do barazas, encourage people to actually speak out. Yes, let people guide you to other homes where we have, yes, I believe as long as we embrace what community engagement, let me do this thing. Yes, we are living in the 21st century where we have digital world. We have digitized almost everything. We have very good social media platforms that we can use to do this. And I believe we are very good people. We have people who can actually assist us do it. We cannot continue blaming illiteracy for the very many challenges that we're facing as a society. I call it a blame. Because the moment you keep on saying it is because the parents did not go to school. Yes, we have a very accessible place. Today, every place is actually accessible. It doesn't matter how anyone looks at it. It doesn't matter if they are rents or something. As long as there are people living there, it means that they can access their homes. So at the end of the day, if they can do that, then if you have a community that believes in saving the lives of others, that believes in having a better tomorrow, that believes in a girl or a woman like you, then we'll go an extra mile to actually do it. Yes, teach those parents, approach them in the right way. Let them understand the value, the importance of these things. The moment they do it unknowingly, just because maybe you missed something or something did not happen, and that what I call it a bad thought, or that what retrogressive thought cross their minds. Of course, it can. Then let them teach people how to rethink things. Teach people how to actually sleep over something. Teach people how to actually take around 10 to 15 minutes of their time, at least once per week, to think about their lives. And I can tell you for sure it's going to do wonders, and it has worked wonders for the others. So it's all about teaching people to do things differently and not doing the same things in the same way. And I always tell people, two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah.
That is a very common saying that we know. So the moment someone does something wrong, and you want to actually do another wrong thing, thinking that you're trying to correct that, then you're not assisting that particular person. Let us learn to control our tempers. Let us learn to understand where people are coming from. And
there's someone out there who is watching you, and apart from maybe securing a job in a university or maybe in a research institute or something like that, how else can someone monetize their knowledge or their skills or their mindset apart from the normal job?
Consultants. That is something I also love very much, very passionate about. And of course, consultancy, it's all about providing guidance. May I define it in the simplest way possible?
Yes.
So the moment you think about consultancy, then it means that you're going to be a people hands holder, in quote and quote. You're going to be holding people's hands. You're going to assist them make better decisions. You'll be called upon to make decisions on their behalf. You'll be called upon to assist them come up with good strategic plans that are going to drive their companies, organizations to better heights or better levels or where they want them to be. Of course, you're going to assist them believe in their vision, assist people believe in their mission, assist people adopt or integrate the values that they have actually outlined or placed or written somewhere. Integrate them in what they do to ensure that this customer sticks around. Of course, I'll talk about a customer because I'm a business person. But now, even in other fields, I believe there's a way a customer is close to you or know what you do. So at the end of the day, what I am saying, when you think about it being consultancy, you're going to get it right. I know consulting activities do not come very easily. They don't come just like that. You need to actually people have to start by believing in you. People have to actually identify with you. People have to actually take you as a knowledgeable person. People have to see you or view you like a person who is slightly ahead of them, so that they're able to be and a person who can actually provide adequate or enough guidance. People have to actually take you or look at you as a person who is a very passionate person and very keen, or attention to detail is everything, I put it like that. A very keen person.
Yes.
A person, you see, with keenness comes the right thing. My point, the right thing.
Yes.
Those are phrases or sayings that I craft myself, or I design myself. Because if you're that keen person, then you can see the unseen. You can see what your client cannot see. You're able to correct your client. You're able to tell your client that if you pass this particular route, you're going to fail. But if we can try, there's a way you put it. We can just be a coach to your client. Yes, allow the person give you or tell you what she needs, and then guide the person based on his goals. So that is why I'm saying you must be slightly ahead of the person. You must believe in yourself first. Let the person, your client, also make the client believe in him or herself, and then embrace teamwork. Yes, and tell the person that you're going to walk the long journey together. If it is an organization, of course, their representatives work with those managers, senior managers, the CEO there, the human resource manager there, any departmental head. Yes, work with that particular person, and I'm sure you're going to grow in consultancy. It is feeding people. You can start your own farm that can grow. Of course, that is what we're encouraging. With the many entrepreneurial skills that you've learned in school, then that is where you are actually apply them. So consultancy comes with training and some other things, and those things are actually all knowledge based. You must be a person who is very, very knowledgeable. And of course, for you to venture in consultancy, you must be also a good researcher, because your people need a person who is ahead of them, a person who is going to guide them in the right direction based on the many market or dynamics that we have. So what I can say, consultancy is something that is good. You can also be a key opinion leader in a very big company.
Yes.
You can venture in, you can join an NGO and become a key figure there. Of course, there are so many not-for-profit organizations that you can work for, and do so many other, including starting anything, a business of your own that can be a model.
Yeah.
Yes, that people can actually come and they can be coming to learn from you. That is basically what I tell people. Start that good business, that very good handwear for those in the construction work industry. Yes, teach them how to do it. Do it yourself with them. Let them come, leave their businesses to come in groups. Yes, to actually learn from you. That is how you lead by example. So what I am basically saying is start a business, go into consultancy, go to a big company, go to including a small company. You know, it doesn't have to be big. Nurture people there and grow with them. And that company, that small thing can be a big thing tomorrow. So at the end of the day, apart from academia, there's a lot that you can do outside there. So don't actually limit yourself to academia. Think about that extra thing, that part-time activity that you can do. Join professional bodies, be examiners of those bodies. Just guide them as much as they can, because they also need a lot of guidance. And at the end of the day, you're going to grow.
Great. Gaceri, on a very positive or happy note, what does what does accomplishing your level of academic success mean to you at a really personal level?
At a personal level, I can say it means all. May I put it all? Because I paid for that thing. Yeah. I know the journey has not been easy. Yeah. It is not something that just pay someone so that you go pick it. It is something that you must go for. And you must be bold enough to go for it. You must embrace the very many things that you talked about. So what I can say, I'm so proud of myself. Yes, apart from my parents and my babies being proud of me, I'm also so proud of myself to an extent that I treat myself, for lunch. The moment I do something extra, a part-time job and I get paid, I take myself to a big hotel, sit there and eat good.
You celebrate.
Yes, I celebrate my small wins, by the way. I do them graciously and unapologetically. I take myself on holiday, pamper myself and do everything that I was not able to do. Because of course there are challenges. I'm not saying academia has got all the money, but at least you have the knowledge to manage the little that you find very little to do very big things. I apply my knowledge from my house to my work, everywhere, name it. And I can tell you for sure, in less than 2 years, I feel that I am going somewhere. I am headed somewhere.
The future can only be
brighter. Yes.
Wow, amazing. So maybe a parting shot to the viewers, anyone who is looking forward to doing a PhD, pursuing masters, joining university, doing a diploma or something like that. What would be the source of encouragement to them?
Okay, what I can tell you, that girl, that woman, that man, of course there are some people start education. There are men who go to school when they are over 30 or 40. If you think about doing it, please do it. Nothing should stop you or deter you from doing it. Look for the right people. Look for the likes of us. There are so many, they are everywhere. Yes, it doesn't matter how you look at it. Yes, nobody, a small body does not qualify by just it. Approach anyone as long as the person is approachable. And I believe everyone is approachable, because that if at all you have a friend, if at all you have a family, if at all you don't live alone, then it means someone can approach you. Just approach the right people, read the right books. There are so many motivational books that I see on the streets of Nairobi. I see them everywhere. Borrow from people. Read Psychology of Money. Get to maneuver your way. Read about how to build yourself, how to understand where you're coming from. Don't always read about money so that you're able to make money to actually go back to school and do other things. But also read about how to be healthy, because health is wealth. Health is everything in it. You cannot sit the whole day if you're not healthy. Yes, remember your health, your body, your fitness. Your body fitness is actually something that we all forget about, but very important. Exercise. Wake up early in the morning, go jogging around. When you're jogging, you'll find others jogging, is it?
Yes.
And as joggers, what do? You interact, is it? You have to understand, network, is it? And understand where this jogger is coming from. The jogger actually could be lucky. The jogger could be someone like you who is trying to pursue something, and actually the person is stuck somewhere. And during jogging, you can share ideas here and there. And that is why I say sharing ideas, sharing knowledge is everything. Don't be mean with your knowledge. Don't be mean with your story. Share your story. That is how you're able to grow. It is from your story that people are able to identify a few gaps here and there and actually nurture you. Yes, a story is produced today about you. It can be produced in a better way or in a better version tomorrow. So it's always going to talk to people, appreciate where others are coming from, then relate with people well. And more importantly, of course, I'm a person who believes in divine intervention. Don't forget there's a God in heaven. He held my hand. He is still holding my hand despite all. And I can tell you for sure, challenges are going to come. Let them not knock you down. Is it? Just box them off your way and have the red carpet made for you.
One more last question before you can share how people can actually get to engage with you in future. Like in your profession, human resource management, what would you tell a student or a learner or someone who is in the field of academia of the importance of undertaking professional courses?
Professional courses are very important. I may also say they are next to all, although nothing is all. But professionalism is something that we need to embrace. For an HR practitioner, an HR person, kindly do CHRP. Visit HRMPEB. We have a body like that. I'll give the initials so that you go during your free time to actually get to understand what is HRMPEB, what is CHRP, what is CPA, what is CPS, what is CASNEB, is it? What is KISIP for the procurement, brothers and sisters, is it? Get to understand what the many professional bodies do, because during your research you may come across what many people, or get a mentor in a way on a social media platform, a person that you can approach. Not all people that you find on Facebook are bad people, but of course you must learn to filter and to actually know who to pick and at what time to pick. And that is why it's saying source for contacts on people's publications. Reach out to the right people. Get to verify or authenticate these social media platforms and get to meet you'll actually meet the right people. Actually join the right groups, yes, of those professionals. When they have meetings, when they have webinars, ask a friend to share. If it is free, ask a friend to share a link with you. Join them. Listen to various success stories. Yes, try and resonate with them. That is how you're able to grow. So what I can say, do professional courses. If you want to actually venture in other things later in life, join the industry and be an opinion leader or an industry expert, and also stick in academia, then those professional courses are very important.
Now, you do lots of mentorship. You most often appear on radio, like currently you are a key voice in some of the local radio stations. You motivate students, you speak to schools and etc. So if someone out here really wanted to connect with you, maybe there's a principal somewhere wanting you to speak to their student, a head of department somewhere in another university wanting you to speak to their student, industry leaders who wanted to connect with you. So if you don't mind, how would these people get to engage with you?
You can reach out. You can reach to me on 0720 596 316. I'm going to apply my mail as asset there.
Okay.
Yes. You can also reach out to me or reach me on my Facebook platform, which is actually under my official name, Gaceri Kaaria, A without a E. Then the second name is Gaceri, and the third name is Kaaria. I also have an Instagram account. I also have a LinkedIn account. Of course, LinkedIn is a very professional word. Yes, networking platform. So a very good platform that you can engage so many professionals. So I also use the same name. The name that I use on Facebook is the same name that I use on Twitter and on LinkedIn and any other social media platform, and that is my official name. And kindly don't add a E to my name, Anne,
yes,
or H to my name, Gaceri, the second name. Yes. And I'm sure
you'll write for them with the final scripting of this video.
Yes.
Dr. Anne, Thanks for sparing some time to speak with us and to speak with our viewers. We celebrate you at a personal level. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The journey has not been easy, lots of challenges, but by the grace of God and the power of God, you have been able to define your own success, and you are happy with the level of the success you have achieved. And it's not yet. I mean, like, you really started, like, you're now going to do more publications to become a senior lecturer and a professorship, associate professor and professorship within the next few years. I think that is, we'll still come again for another celebrations and appointments like that. Thank you so much for finding time to speak with us.
You're most welcome. Anytime, anywhere. You're actually my brother. I would call you that. We need to teach, we need to engage people, we need to reach out to so many people so that we can encourage these things. I believe it is doable, and next time when we meet, I'm sure we'll have a better session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. I appreciate